I need some direction. Miss Bassey is here, and Miss Bassey's being Miss Bassey, and I caught her on camera turning on her camera slash video function on her iPad. I can't confirm she's not recording or not, but she is acting very Miss Bassey-like. If you can please give me a call, we can get some direction from you, what you want me to do. I'd be really appreciated. Okay? Thank you very much.
This is Susan Bassey, and it's hard to know who to trust these days and where you can get reliable information. Many of our government institutions look and feel as we've known all of our lives, and yet when we go to try to use the services that we believe we should be afforded, we find that they are not operating the way that they should.
You can call the 800 number and complain to the governor, but that's just the way it is. That's the law. So we're not allowing.
That's the law. Where is that law? Where is that law?
I don't know. You have to call the governor and ask him. So you're not going to get it regardless of whatever.
I just want to know what law is saying that this is open till 5 and people can't come in.
Yeah. So we're open till 5, but we all have to be out of here by 5 p.m. Period. So we're not allowing any walk-ins after 4 p.m.
So that sounds like a policy that you guys.
And you can go to any DMV and it's going to be the same way.
Okay, but that sounds like a policy, not a law. Is that right?
Yeah, maybe a policy. You have to contact them. We don't make up the rules. We're just the workers.
Well, if you're making a policy, you're making up the rules.
No, I don't make the policies.
Who made the policy?
The higher up people.
Okay, well, the higher up people that made that policy, you're open till 5. Your website says you're taking walk-ins. We want to walk in.
Yeah, the website, where does it say we're taking
Where's
walk-ins?
your supervisor? We want to talk to your supervisor.
Actually, you're going to have to just come back Monday morning.
No, I'd like to speak with a supervisor.
Who is the supervisor? Sally.
First Amendment Auditors and Cop Watchers on YouTube taught me that when a police officer doesn't know the law and is violating your rights, that you need to ask for a supervisor. And so in this case, when I had a DMV worker telling me what the law and the policy was and preventing me from entering the DMV during normal business hours, I asked to speak for a supervisor. And suddenly, the policy about me not being able to go in after 4 o'clock got changed.
To be done in there and out by 5, why you can't let the 2 of us in?
Nope, because then we would have to let everybody in who was not in here.
Well,
so
then the website should say we're not taking people after 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it should. I agree with you too. If I would have made the website, I would have put that on there too.
Yeah, well, you guys can't just make up policies to bypass the law and what taxpayers are paying to have open.
We pay taxes too.
Well, that's great, but I'm saying
all of us, we're all taxpayers.
Oh, okay.
I wish I was tax-free, but no, we're all taxpayers. Okay, you can go to window 13 and she'll talk to you.
So apparently the policy that existed 2 minutes earlier no longer existed, and a supervisor was going to speak with me. Again, I asked for a supervisor based on what I learned from the First Amendment Auditors.
No, I don't, sir.
You can't keep that. You can't record people.
I'm in a public.
You can't do that. You can't record people.
Are you a police officer?
You cannot record people. You
Says-
can't be doing that.
I'm in public.
But you cannot record
I'm a
people.
reporter. I know the law.
But you can't record people. You can't record me. So you can't be doing that. So why is you recording people for? For what?
What would you like to do?
If you can just shut it off, that would be good. I don't know why you recording
Do you
people.
not know the law about recording in public?
That's for something tragic. There's nothing tragic going on over here.
This was perhaps the most interesting response that I had ever had to an issue of recording in a public building, a DMV. This was a private security guard, and he actually told me that you were allowed to record when there was something tragic happening. And I think many people these days don't understand that recording in public is not a selective issue. You have a right to do it at all times.
There is,
Like
actually.
what?
Well, first of all, you're pulling your mask down. And second of all, I'm in a DMV that advertised it was open until 5, and wasn't letting people in. So I'm documenting it.
Document whatever you want. It don't matter. But you need to turn that off. Period.
I'm recording
Right,
it.
know.
but we
Give me a
are
second, guys.
closed
I'm on the phone right now. Sorry,
as
sir.
far
Give me a
as
moment.
for appointment and also for non-appointment that walking in at 4:30.
But this
So,
sounds like a policy that you're putting in place. It's not the law. The law says that you're open until 5.
It is a policy and it's on the website. So if you check the website, I can pull it up and share with you.
I would like to see where
But
that
right
is.
now, if your license expired, you can come back, upload your application and everything that we will service you as an appointment. And that before 4 o'clock. Okay, so right now, 4:38, we can't service you. So let me go get that information for you, especially you don't have appointment. Okay?
What is your name?
Tina.
Tina, thank
Okay?
you.
I'll be right back.
I'd like to know where it is on the website.
No, you know what? I can see the. Did you get it?
So here's the website, and this is what it shows. Sally, you have a copy of the essential transactions?
Where does it say that nobody's being let in until 4?
You have a copy or something that shows essential transactions?
So did you get it down as a PDF or are you trying to print it?
What do you mean essential transaction?
Meaning the service that we provide them to come in, you have that. You guys didn't provide all the
Right.
information, is not there? From the
And don't send money because that's something that you didn't receive. You can download the statement of facts. It's the second form on the bottom right below
Jessica,
that.
do we have a list
Download
of
the statement of
essential
facts
transactions that we give to our
and
customers?
make your statement.
At the time that I made this video, there was a state order issued by Governor Gavin Newsom in response to COVID-19 that everybody indoors had to wear a mask. That includes the workers. The worker in the background here was not wearing his mask. People were also required to social distance, and I often found these workers were not 6 feet apart.
Yeah, and there's nothing on here that says you don't take people after 4. I don't see that. Can you show me that?
Okay, here's the thing.
I'm looking because I'm informing the public so nobody else comes down here after 4. So show me where it says that.
Okay, this is how we translate. The DMV will provide service by appointment only.
You heard that correctly. The Department of Motor Vehicles, a state agency in California under the jurisdiction of Governor Newsom, is writing policies and translating policies when they don't match what they want them to do. That is what we call an underground regulation.
Okay, so the appointment only is normally cut up at 4 o'clock, and there's no
Wait,
appointment.
did you just say that's how DMV translates that? Is that what you just said?
Essential list.
You have another copy somewhere?
Here, I'll make a copy.
Yeah, make a copy. So, we have time processing. We have service in place. The appointment will be set up, and by 4 o'clock, that's where we cut it off the appointment.
So it
because take
doesn't
time.
say that anywhere like you said it did.
Okay, ma'am, it doesn't spell out in detail of our operations.
I'm just clarifying.
Okay.
Because you
It
told me
doesn't-
it said it and it
It
didn't.
doesn't spell out exactly as a cut-off time of our appointment, but we indicate we service appointment only. So the appointment only, the last appointment only will be by 4 o'clock. And that's allow us time to process everything that we can.
You need to update your website.
Okay, whatever it take, I will take your suggestion, I will send it up. But
Okay, what
this
is your last name?
Vu, V-U,
And your first name?
Tina.
Tina Vu. Thank you, Tina. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
I'm sorry, but
That
that's
is
where
a
we're at.
policy, not the law, and you guys are collecting taxpayer money to keep this open until 5, and it's not open. And I was not the only one coming down here to try to get services, and I wasn't able to
And
do
we
it.
understand that, and we're trying to, make public, send out the publication, the new information and such, so it's there outside the website.
It needs to be posted. You need to tell your supervisor.
It is posted.
It is
Well,
not.
it
You
posted?
couldn't even show me that it was. What you showed me, you said you were translating this to me. I don't need a translation. I need
Okay.
it to say it. That's what I need it to do.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
So this created public records, and those records include how much Ms. Vu makes working for the Department of Motor Vehicles. Her regular pay is $84,303. She has other benefits as well, putting her over $125,000 a year.
So what were the issues that you were having?
The difference between our private businesses and our government entities is not always as obvious as we would want them to be. This is the Apple Store a few blocks away from that DMV and a few moments after I tried to get my driver's license renewed. This Apple Store has fancy air filtration equipment for their customers and their employees. They conduct business on a public sidewalk and on a street that taxpayers paid to make and to maintain, while other businesses were ordered shut by California's governor. These Apple employees are entitled to make up their own policies and procedures for how they conduct business, and how much their private security guards are paid is none of our business. In fact, these private security guards can even perform medical services on a public sidewalk, apparently, without a license. They can require customers to submit to giving their temperatures being checked before they enter the store. They can be required to wear masks before they enter the store, just as DMV can. But we have no right to know what equipment they are using and how much their security guards are being paid. Whereas at DMV, that is a public record. And when we see police officers on the street, we have a right to know what they are doing.
She's coughing. She has no mask.
Let me move.
You have something you want to say?
Love it.
We love cops.
Yeah, I love the cops and I love this country. And it's a beautiful flag, isn't it?
So are you out here to support the police? Is that what you're doing?
Yes. 100%.
We're out to support America.
Okay.
Support America and support the police department. That's it.
Are we all friends or what?
It's our only message.
No, excuse me, ma'am, you are not allowed to touch it.
This is public area.
I don't
Public
want to
area.
be filmed. I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be filmed.
This is a public space.
Okay, I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be filmed.
If you don't want to, it doesn't
I
matter.
don't
You
want
can
to
still
be
film.
filmed. I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to be filmed.
Move out of my way.
I don't want to be filmed.
I don't give a crap.
I don't want to be filmed. Don't film me.
Don't go in the public right now.
I don't have to be filmed.
What disturbs me is when
A town square is the cornerstone of our democracy. It is where we engage in debates. It's where we can express our opinions, and it is where the First Amendment deserves the most protection. Regardless of the side of an issue you are on during a Black Lives Matter protest or a coronavirus outbreak, it is this town square that requires the police and the press to do their job more than ever.
I would give somebody Where's the vest? What a boost right there.
Okay, she's in public. She has the right to film.
I don't want her, she's following me.
Okay.
It is the job of the police and the free press, the Fourth Estate, to make sure that at these protests that people have a right to say what they want to say. We are the guardians of the First Amendment.
Walk away from her.
I have. She's following me everywhere.
Just walk away.
I don't want to. I have. I was over there and she keeps walking
Okay,
after
just walk
me.
the opposite way. You keep on walking, she won't follow you all the way. Okay?
Thank you, officer.
You're welcome.
Name and
Okay.
badge number?
I'm Sergeant Moy, badge number 56.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Investigative reporting requires more than just recording the police. I, of course, have a copy of the roster of the Los Gatos Police Department. I also have copies of their training. And on this day, Officer Moy clearly followed his training with regard to recording in public. He also followed his training in handling the protest from everything that I observed. He makes just over $133,000 a year in regular pay. But on this day, he was required to step beyond his training to deal with the Black Lives Matter protest.
Are you are you an officer because you need to collect a check, or you believe in change because they're killing us and you're black? So I just want to know your views and your points on it.
I'm here to do my job.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not here to collect a check. I've been working here over 20 years.
Okay.
I've never killed anyone. No one I work with ever killed anyone or
Okay.
harmed anyone. What happened was terrible. It really was.
Okay.
And I don't condone it. No good officers do. Okay? I'm here to protect the peace. That's it.
See, this is the thing. This is my issue with black cops and even Latino cops that are in the precinct. I feel like if we're going to make a stand, you guys got to make a stand with us. So boycotting your jobs needs to happen because at the end of the day, they're affecting your people single-handedly. I get pulled over, I'm black. I fear for every time. You know what I'm saying? If you get pulled over without your uniform, you're black, sir. You may get killed. And they may not believe that you're a cop. That's bullshit. I'm tired of this system. So I'm confused as to why any Latino, any minority, why any black person is wearing a badge in today's time, especially what keeps happening to us. Since George Floyd has died, and since George Floyd has died, you know how many deaths have been around from police since George Floyd's died? It hasn't been getting any media press. Do you know how many people have died since then? A lot of fucking people have died since then by the hands of cops since George Floyd has fucking died. In the name of protesting, there's people that are getting lynched everywhere, and they're saying police are just covering it up as suicide. That's bullshit. I don't understand for the life of me, sir, why you wear that badge, and they're killing us, literally for sport, on camera. How many people have you seen in the last 5 years been killed on camera by a fucking white cop? It's countless, right? Exactly. So I'm confused as to why, black man, why the fuck are you wearing this badge? This badge means so much to you. Why? Your people should be more. Your people should be more. Every Latino, like I said, every Latino, every fucking Asian, everybody that has minority, any black person, they shouldn't be wearing that badge right now. You guys gotta take a stand within your precinct. Honestly. This is bullshit. Even out here, look, you're the only black guy out here. You're the only black guy out here.
3 days after I documented that protest in Los Gatos, California, the Santa Clara County District Attorney, who oversees the police department in Los Gatos, gave a press conference. This was 2 months after the death of George Floyd. And in his press conference, Jeff Rosen said that he was going to implement a number of changes in his office. He was going to stop seeking the death penalty in murder cases. He was also going to stop prosecuting standalone PC 148 cases. That means resisting arrest. And for all of the First Amendment auditors who have been out doing their job and been arrested by police officers who didn't want to be recorded, they know that a PC 148 rarely comes as a standalone, because a police officer will often use a PC 148 as a reason to bury their misconduct. And as for the death penalty, Mr. Rosen suddenly appears to have had an awakening. But it wasn't anything to do with George Floyd's death. It had to do with votes. Because Mr. Rosen lost his first death penalty case in a very long time, a case that likely would have gotten him reelected and favor with the local police departments. He lost that case, and he lost it badly. He showed the county that he is no longer an effective prosecutor. And the mainstream media picked up on what we call stenographic journalism. They sent some camera guys, and they reported what Mr. Rosen had said that night on the news. And so one of the reasons we may distrust the media is because mainstream media is simply regurgitating or repeating what a public official says rather than investigating it, because nowhere did anyone ever make the connection between Mr. Rosen having a reversal in his decision to prosecute death penalty cases and the recent loss that he experienced in a case involving a 2-year-old child who was sodomized, raped, and killed by the boyfriend of her mother. And these are the cases that we need the prosecutors to prosecute in our county. We don't need them to prosecute people who are recording the police. And rest assured that I intend to continue to investigate Mr. Rosen until he is removed from office, disbarred, and no longer has a pension at taxpayer expense.